Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel in Wahini. Before I start my video, let's introduce me. I'm Wahini. My ID number is T2018-6104. I'm from TBI 3 5th semester. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what I have already read in his book from Donald Aris in the title Qualitative Research in Education. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you about 8 types of qualitative studies that we have to learn before starting to make article about qualitative research. So let's check it out. Okay, the first qualitative studies that we have to learn, that is basic qualitative studies. Basic qualitative studies is usually called as basic perspective, basic interpretative studies. So we are going to provide a descriptive about a phenomenon, can be a process, can be some perspective. So this study is for understanding about the world or some experience by the participants. So when we have already on our research problem, then we are going to make the research questions. What are the research questions that usually used in basic qualitative studies, such as how are the process, how are the activities, how are the phenomenon, such that. In basic qualitative studies, we are going to collect the data by using interview or by using analysis the data. So this basic quality study is usually used in education. Many beginner of researcher use these research studies to collect the data. Then the example is the research questions such what are the strategies for the new curriculum, how teacher face the new curriculum such as this. So the researcher will collect the data by using interview with those questions. Okay, that's the explanation from basic qualitative studies. For the second is case study. Case means that it can be an event, problem can be a program, etc. Case study is usually or commonly used in social science. Then the purpose of this study is to in-depth descriptive about a single unit. What are the single unit that it means? Can be a community, can be a person, can be individual, can be a group, can be a program, etc. So in this study, when we have ready on our research problem, then case studies can be used to answer the research question such how what happened, can or explain why this problem happened by looking at the process. So we are going to make the descriptive by using case study to know how what happens and why this problem happens by looking for at the process. So here there are 3 types of basic qualitative studies. The first is particularistic. Particularistic means based on the particular or phenomenon, like situations or some events. For the second is descriptive. So means for some descriptive, it will be read description. For the third is heuristic. So we are going to see or to search new insight for our article or for our research for our. Okay, in case study we are going to look for in-depth descriptive. So we are going to investigate the whole case, such as the environment can be in the past from the participant, can be the talk of the participant. So we are going to investigate that. So there are 3 types of case study here. The first is intrinsic. So we are going to have an issue that we are going to investigate. So it will be unique issue. So we are only using only an issue. Then for second is instrumental case study. Instrumental case study where we have already on an issue or a topic. Then we are going to select a bounded case to illustrate our case. So it will be a bounded case. Then for the third is collective case study. So collective case study, we have already on an issue. We are focusing on an issue. Then we select several bounded case to illustrate our case study. So it will be two bounded cases, right? Now is gone to case study method. The first that we are going to do in case study, we have to on your research problem. After that, we are going to look for a research question. If you are going to use case study, determine that the case study will answer your research questions. After that, we are going to select one of types that we are going to do. The example is intrinsic case study, or we are going to use multiple, etc. Then after that, we are going to collect the data. After collecting the data, the researcher analyzes the data. After that, we are going to make assertions. What's assertions? Assertions means that makes interpretation of the meaning. So after that, the researcher is going to make statement of the data. Now go on to the third, that is content analysis. Content analysis, the researcher doesn't collect the data from the human, but the researcher will collect the data by using human communication. What are the human communication here? Human communication can be newspaper, can be a book, can be website, can be web, can be video, at least from the human communication. So here the researcher will not collect the data from the human, from the interview, from the observation, not. But here the researcher will collect the data from media such as video, newspaper, etc. Then here there are two types of content analysis. The first is conceptual analysis. Conceptual analysis means here, so we are going to research from the concept of in human communication. For the second is relational analysis. So relational analysis, we are going to analyze or to collect the data by relation in the concept of human communications. Here also there are two types of content in content analysis. The first is by using manifest content. Here the manifest content, we are going to collect the data by using what we are looking at, or it can be seen by our eyes. So it from our objective eyes. So we collect the data by using what we look at. Then for the second is latent content. So we are going to analyze the data by using the content or the process, by using this media. So here in this content analysis, it will be low cost for us because we don't collect the data from humans. So for the researcher, it can be low cost for the researcher. So here in this content analysis, we can use both of quantitative and qualitative. Then what are the limitations if using content analysis? The first is time consuming. We have to read many news, we have to read many informations, so it will be a lot of time, it will be spending much time for us. Then for the second is coding error, because we are reading, so we have to know deeply about the content of the media that we use. Then for the second is may not take the context from our considerations. So we are not include to our consideration. So means here it should be from the media, from the newspaper, either that is from the website, etc. Now go on to the fourth, that is ethnography studies. In this ethnography studies is one of quality studies to understand or to study about can be value, can be beliefs, can be language, can be attitude, etc. So we are going to look for the data or the quality in the data from the group or from the community who have similarity either in language, attitude, beliefs, value, etc. So what are the research questions that should be used in ethnography? The first is what is the culture of this, then what is it like to be this culture, so it will be those questions. How many people in the community should be, so it will be 20 participants, because we are going to collect the data from the community or from the group who has similarity in their beliefs or values or language. So we need 20 participants or more than that. Then what are the final project from this study? So the first is we are going to make a risk descriptive, so it will be risk descriptive because we are going to talk about one of the culture or will be the language, etc. So for the second is it will be like narrative, so the report will be like narrative or storytelling, something like that. Then for the third, it will provide the reader to feel how actually in that culture, even though the reader do not never face it in that community or in that group. We are going to the fifth, that is grounded theory. In this grounded theory, we are going to study about people experience with the process and to create a theory by looking at the process. So we are going to make a new theory by looking at the process. So in this theory, we are not looking for the collecting data from the content like the newspaper or web, etc. But we are going to create a theory by using by looking at the process from people experience. So here we are going to collect the data by mentioning some questions to look for new research by some process, at least by looking at the process. So maybe the limitation of this study, it will be very fasting time for us to gather the data. Then it will be very difficult for us to invite the participants to follow our research. Then it will be very difficult for us to understand about the. Now go on to the sixth, that is phenomenology. In this phenomenology help us to understand about people experience. So we are going to focus on only people experience of the phenomenon. So how many people should we need to conduct these phenomenology studies? Can be 3 up to 15 participants to collect the data. Then what are the research questions that can be used, such as what are the experience and how the experience of the participants. We can use that research questions by collecting the phenomenology studies. Go on to the second, that is historical studies. In these historical studies, we are going to collect the data to know the history in the past rather than in the future. So here there are two types of historical studies. The first is primary and the second is secondary. Primary means that the data is from the documents, like from the correspondence, from the diary, from the report. Then for the secondary source means that the document from the report, such as like from the review, can be the history book, that is the source from the secondary. Now go on to the last, that is narrative research. In this narrative research, the research will going to look for the collected data to focus on stories from either from the spoken or the writer, by understanding about their life or individual life or small group life or experience. So in this story we are going to make descriptive like narrative text to tell about someone or small group experience. So in this narrative research is different with historical studies, because in historical studies we are going to talk about the history in the past, but in this narrative research the participants may talk about in the present, in the future, and maybe in the past. So it's talking about someone's experience. So in this narrative research can be used in literature, in film, or it can be in art. Here there are the example of narrative research can be a biography study, can be something like a life story, can be like an oral story, etc. So in this narrative research is going to talk about someone experience a small group, can be like a life history, can be a biography story. So this narrative research can be made like a movie, can be made like something literature, etc. So this study is different with historical study, which is just talk about the history in the past which has already been done. Okay, my explanations about 8 types of qualitative research. Sorry for having these really complicated explanations, because I'm still having low understanding about this topic, and sorry for having bad in this video, because I got many disturbing from ticking voice that you could hear from this video. And the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.